Hi, I'm Bob Murrell with M3 Technologies. Thanks for watching the video today. We're going to cover 3 of our most popular polishing products and give you some idea on how to use those correctly. The first is our newest product called XXX Shine. It's a premium commercial grade polishing powder for marble and all calcium-based materials. XXX Shine can be used on most any calcium-based material like marble, limestone, travertine, and onyx, for example. It is ideal for the final polish of restoration projects or the periodic maintenance of polished marble when traffic wear or etching occurs. It produces a brilliant polish quickly and efficiently. It works faster than other similar products. It does not etch or leave swirls easily. It also works on many difficult to polish marbles, and it provides greater coverage than other similar products. We've received feedback from contractors in the field that XXX Shine lowers polishing times by as much as 50% and increases gloss by 10 points on a gloss meter. This, of course, can result in a significant cost savings for you. We're featuring the XXX Shine, but we also have the Majestic XXX polishing powder and the stone polishing compound, which are pretty much standards in the industry. Now, I know everyone's going to ask, what is the difference between the products? Well, the XXX Shine actually is designed to produce a higher gloss. It does not contain the same aluminum oxides that XXX and stone polishing compound do. For floors that are heavily worn, you may want to start with Majestic XXX or Majestic stone polishing compound first. Majestic XXX polishing powder is a premium grade polishing powder. It has a lot of aluminum oxide in it, and it's great for restoring heavily worn areas. It's one of the most well-known polishing products in North and South America. It works on marble, travertine, limestone, and all the calcium-based materials. Majestic stone polishing compound is a professional-grade, dust-free polishing media for all your calcium-based materials. It is ideal for the restoration of polished surfaces or the periodic maintenance of polished surfaces when they become worn or etched. Restoration professionals and building service contractors around the world have come to rely on Majestic stone polishing compound as an easy-to-use formula for the restoration of all their calcium-based materials. Majestic XXX polishing powder and Majestic stone polishing compound are 2 of the industry staples. However, when you need that additional gloss and you need to reduce your polishing times, go with XXX Shine. It's guaranteed to perform. Before we begin polishing, we're going to cover the list of equipment and materials needed. We put together the basic necessities that you're going to need for polishing today with the XXX Shine. You may want to consider an optional gloss meter, such as this one. However, we each have 2, hopefully. You may want some masking material, such as the tape and drape, to protect any adjacent surfaces. You're going to need a good mop, bucket, and wringer. You may also want to keep a little window squeegee handy in your back pocket to reach down and check your progress and your results periodically. Of course, you're going to need the XXX Shine, possibly a pump-up spray bottle for water, a hand tool setup for polishing counters, stairs, vertical surfaces, etc. We use hog hair pads or natural fiber pads for polishing in most cases. There are other colors you can use, but we prefer a natural pad. In the case of the hand tool, a variable speed right angle polisher works best. Possibly a floor squeegee, a weighted slow speed 175 RPM machine, 17-inch, 20-inch. They come in smaller sizes and larger, but this works well. This is a 20-inch machine. Of course, the natural pad to go with that. I like to have one weight on the machine. Some of the heavy-duty machines come with more than one weight. One weight is normally sufficient for polishing. You can also have an optional splash guard. This helps from slinging material on the wall. We won't be using this today because we're in an open space. And then, of course, you're going to need a commercial wet vac. Don't waste your money on just like a regular shop vac. You need a commercial wet vac to get the job done properly. You're also probably going to need broom, dustpan, or vacuum so you can remove any loose soiling from the floor. You're also going to need access to good, steady electrical power, water, and a place to dispose of your effluent, which is nothing more than slurry and it's not really harmful or anything, but some people may not want that put down a drain, so you're going to need a way to dispose of that properly according to state and local regulations. Some situations may require use of diamond products. These are what they call PLP pads. They are diamond impregnated pads, and they will work very nicely for some mild honing. They're available in the small size as well as the floor machine size. They have red wear indicators on them, so you know when there's no more diamond. And you can see the diamond is here. On the smaller pad, the entire surface is encrusted with diamond. These work real well for mild etching and light wear, surface wear, where polishing is not sufficient. It all works back to clarity. When there's bad etching and heavy wear, you can polish it, but you might not achieve the clarity that you like, that's desired. So that may require some honing, and that's what these are for. In the case of extremely bad wear or etching, you may want to use diamond discs, okay, which are somewhat rigid and will give the best possible shine before polishing. We'll cover specific use of diamond products in another video. This area of the marble basically represents foot traffic wear. As you can see, the gloss meter is basically in the 40s. So we'll hit that with the XXX and we'll see what we get there as well, and I expect a vast improvement. We're also going to polish this red marble and see what kind of results we can get with that. As you can see, it shows excessive wear and is reading in the 30s on the gloss meter. This area of the marble has basically been untouched and represents a pretty new tile. So we'll see what the XXX does to these new tiles as well. Okay, when using the XXX, you're going to want to mask and tape off any adjacent acid-sensitive areas. Vacuum or dust mop the floor to get any loose accumulative soiling. You want to make sure the floor is clean. You want to test if there's any coatings. If so, you want to remove those with the appropriate Majestic material. And then basically the procedure is wet a 10 to 25 square foot area with clear water from your mop bucket. Put a couple of tablespoons of the XXX in one area, which I'll show you in a minute. Place your natural hair pad on that and your machine on that. Work the area in a slow, even motion, back and forth, probably for several minutes. Some people like to time it. I count passes. I like to do 4 to 8 passes. Whatever works for you is fine. Keep your window squeegee in your back pocket handy. Check your progress after 4 or 8 passes and your results. If it looks satisfactory, it's time to move to the next area. So wet vac, flood rinse with clean water, wet vac again, move to the adjacent area, same size, complete large areas in a checkerboard fashion, overlapping areas to blend. So we're going to begin the procedure. We're going to polish the areas that we've talked about, and nothing left to do, so let's get started. So we're going to lift the mop bucket right out of the water. We're going to let it drain for a second. We don't want too much water. We can always add more if we need to. We're going to do the areas that we talked about, lightly wet those. Notice I have water in the solution tank because I like to flood rinse when I'm through polishing a certain area. We're going to get a tablespoon or so of the polishing powder, the XXX, and we're going to place our machine on top of the powder. Notice that I'm going to place the pad to where the powder in one little pile on the outside of the pad so that it gets a sweeping motion. It's towards the outer circumference of the pad. Adjust the machine and start polishing. I'm actually going to do this area here where the red is as well. Notice how slow, or the speed at which I'm moving the machine. You can see these little circles behind the machine. They should be less than an inch apart. If they're more than an inch apart, you're moving too fast. You keep just enough water to keep the floor lubricated. Okay, we're doing our 8 passes. Keeping the circles less than an inch apart. And then I'll flood rinse it. Move this over to the next area, and then we'll wet back. We'll flood rinse and wet back again. Make sure you remove the product. Okay, now we'll take a gloss meter reading. That's a lot better, isn't it? So we went from 40s to 88. And here, so you can see we made we doubled the gloss, basically doubled the gloss reading. So we're going to apply our product to the area that was basically new and see if we can actually improve its gloss as well. Put our machine on it. And run over it. Put about 8 passes. And number 8, and I'm going to flood rinse on this pass. Pull the machine back. Wet back. We'll flood rinse it and wet back it again. And then we'll measure it with the gloss meter. So there's a 91, and I think we had in the 70s before. We actually bumped up the gloss from a new tile. And once again, the reason I'm using the gloss meter is so you can see physical evidence of a before and an after. Okay, let's evaluate our results. So on these tiles, which were more heavily worn than the new tiles, it's not quite as clear as a new tile. To fix that, we would need to run diamonds, probably at least a 400 grit and an 800 grit, okay? But this is a pretty big improvement, and 95% of the time, that's all you're going to run is the XXX or the compound or 5X or something like that, a polishing media. That's all most customers want to pay for. But where you can do feathering with diamonds and then just polish the entire floor. Over here on the new floor, on the new tiles, we increase the gloss significantly here as well over a new tile, and you can see the difference. There's a lot more clarity and crispness, sharpness in the polish, and that's because these tiles have not been worn and have not been degraded. This is a demo floor, so I've picked areas, worst case scenario areas and best case scenario areas. We've done both now. So now you know how to do it. It's not that complicated, it's just a matter of procedure. So if you have any questions, give us a call. So what we did was we went through the procedure today. We used the XXX Shine professional polishing powder for contractors. We used it on some tiles that had a lot of wear and a new tile. In all cases, we improved the gloss significantly. One thing I want to tell you is always try to submit a test area. That way you confirm the procedure and you confirm the results. Please read the instructions. Go over it in your head. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. That's what we're here for. Always give the customer a maintenance program. If it's not going to be you, please tell them what to use. Use like the Majestic No Rinse Neutral Cleaner or the Majestic Stone Soap or the appropriate cleaner for that floor. Dust mop routinely. I can't emphasize enough how important dust mopping is. Keep the grit off the floor. Use walk-off mats. Extend the life of the polish, which is what you want to do, is extend the life of the polish. You don't want to be in there polishing every day. These same procedures are replicated with the hand tool on countertops, stairs, and vertical surfaces. Obviously, you're going to have to do some practicing on these surfaces to get the hang of it, but the procedure is basically the same. It's just a different size. If you have technical questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can call us in the office at 800-342-4533 or visit us on the web at www.m3techinc.com. That's M3techinc.com. travertine.com. Thank you.